We're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for the Divine Feminine, for the Divine Masculine, to see what is going on for the collective, specifically for Twin Flames. We're getting ready for the equinox, which is the 19th. We're going to shift into Aries season, all about tapping into that fire energy. We also have Chiron in Aries. This is pushing up old hurts and old wounds and old baggage to the surface. It's giving you a chance to clear and heal your core wounds. You'll notice you probably share these things with your twin flame. Just kind of depends on where your astrological alignments are touching each other, but you might notice you have a lot in common astrologically as you did plan out your trip to Earth together, including certain lessons and challenges that you would take on. It's not a coincidence that you met your twin flame. Your paths were meant to cross, despite how that might be looking for you right now. We want to be tapping into these equinox energies. The magic is in the air. It's an amazing time to be manifesting plot shifts, working on changing things and shifting into a deeper alignment, especially when it comes to your twin flame union and how things are going. But we're going to go ahead and do a reading specifically for the Divine Feminine. We're also going into tomorrow, 10 back-to-back galactic activation days. These are the energies to make things happen in your life as well too. Expect a lot of powerful energies you want to be tapping into. Great for doing psychic and spiritual work. Great for doing healing sessions. All right, so we're going to start with the Divine Feminine. Amazing energies today too. I just do a bunch of cards. All right, let's see what we got going on. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pull some messages. Divine Feminine, if Divine Masculine is watching, what's going on for the Divine Feminine collective, but also what is going on, specific messages from Divine Feminine to Masculine. Remember, we're part of the collective fields, feminine and masculine as well too. So you're very much connected. If you are a twin flame, you're also part of a twin flame collective too. And there's a lot of people that are going through very similar experiences. This is why when you are a twin flame, you're probably going to draw other twin flames to you. These are probably going to be the few people that actually get the experience that you're going through too. So the people that are not awakened or not on the twin flame journey, they're probably not going to get what you're going through as well too. You're probably going to naturally connect with other twin flames on the journey as well too. And this is going to give you a lot of experience and awareness too. But let's just go ahead and start with some messages. Divine Feminine to Masculine. I have to be in contact with you again. I miss you so much. Okay, so there's a lot of no contact and actual separation. One of the core reasons for this is ego and needing to work through certain healing issues that have come up that have led to the separation. It's very important that you're looking, Divine Feminine, at your part that you played in the separation, because oftentimes it was something coming from you as well too, and healing whatever has led you into this separation as well too. Oftentimes there's no communication. We see a lot of masculines when they go like that, they're trying to take care of other things. This could be other karmic partners, it could be karmic experiences, obstacles, or even trying to come back into balance or something like that. We also could have that runner dynamic too. When someone has run, it's been too much what they have seen for the shadow work in the mirror, and they go as well too. Oftentimes these are the fearful avoidance or the love avoidance. Not all the time. It could be some type of avoidant attachment, and you'll take it really personal, but oftentimes they're just pushing away love. They've been doing that their whole life, right? They've created walls and barriers so they don't have to feel their emotions or go too deep with things as well too. But we have Divine Feminine. For the ones that are in separation, are very much missing their twin flame and missing talking to them, contact, being with them as well, physically in union too. If there's a separation, just kind of depends on your own experience and what is going on. This is going to be a general read. I always say do the one-on-one readings on my website. I do twin flame readings, 30-minute phone call. It's going to go right into your situation and help you so much with what's coming up, because you're going to go through so many layers of healing that are pulled back from this twin flame experience as well too. So make sure you're booking twin flame readings on my website so you can go specifically into your own unique situation. I also say do a ton of energy healing, like clearings, activation work, twin flame healing specifically. And you're going to want the twin flame healings if you are a twin flame too, because different things are coming up than the normal as well too. So make sure you're booking healing sessions, energy healing sessions on my website. I also do twin flame coaching. This is great for everyone who wants to go deeper in it. I've gotten really good at giving you guys what to do and helping you to shift these situations, especially if you're in a separation. Make sure you're doing the twin flame coaching on my website. I'm resisting my desire for you because it's too late now. We've grown apart and moved on. You're not going back ever, but these connections, they can end, and a breakup is an end. So if you've gone into separation, there's probably been some type of breakup or separation, or something has happened to put you there and it's over. However, with twin flame souls, you're going to have lots of different opportunities to be together when both are ready or wanting to as well too. And so this is like the new beginning energies of divine feminine is probably holding back our feelings, or having a hard time processing those feelings because you desire your twin flame. You want them badly. Oftentimes you might think it's your twin flame, but sometimes it's the universe orchestrating the separations for both of your spiritual growth and soul growth as well too. It could be things past you. Yes, it could be the other person and things that they need to clear, or blockages they need to clear, but you're being guided to really focus on your own energy right now, and you're going to feel a lot better for that as well too. So we have divine feminine, really wanting their twin flame back for those that are in separation, missing them and having a hard time with the situation. Our relationship was different and special. Other people don't understand it, and this should make you feel better too, because sometimes ego can play a lot of our thoughts and patterns and behaviors can come up, especially in these separation states, because it triggers a lot of really yucky stuff and childhood wounds and abandonment and breakup wounds and things like that, or not feeling great around love. Limiting beliefs come up in the separations, and this is important too. And so we have that kind of like energy of it too, of doesn't matter what's going on, no one can compare to your twin flame. And this could be, it's not at all looks, but maybe they look your type, or they were perfect. Like, that if you come into union, you could have the perfect life together and time together, and that you complement each other, and you're very similar in your values and what you want out of life. And like, if you put all those pieces together, right, into union, you would have an amazing life. You would flourish, you'd do good, you'd have, similar, whether it's like where you want to live, how you want to live, the life that you both envision, it goes perfect together, and no one else can touch that. And so for those in separation, you go through many layers of grief, because it's like losing this person, especially if there's no contact, cut off contact, no communication. And you can even go through, I was doing a coaching call this morning, and I was talking about anger. And I said, that's normal. This is part of the grieving process. If you've lost someone, especially your twin flame, you go through many layers of emotions as well too. And you might be very upset over it. It triggers a lot of negative emotions, especially a lot of the times. These are circumstances past your control. When I talk to a lot of twin flames and I'm looking and remote viewing these situations, not all the time, but a lot of times it's past your control on a greater universal level. And I always think of there's you, and everything outside of you is the universe. And so sometimes these are situations past your control that you have to really just let them flow, and you can't control all of this stuff. And then it's all about doing the inner work and working on what it has triggered in you, because it most certainly will have triggered you going into separation. If there's a runner dynamic, they're triggered by you. They've been triggered too, right? And so then it triggers you, and it just kind of depends. It's like healing those triggers as well too, but knowing no one can compare to your twin flame. As we know, now you're going to find, usually, not all the time, but a lot of twin flames, they aren't with other partners after meeting their twin flame, and some are. And if that happens, like if it's your twin flame or you're guided into another connection, these are karma based. But for the majority, the ones that have cleared their karma, and you'll be able to tell then, if you've cleared your karma, you're not going into another connection. You're probably sitting alone and waiting for your twin flame. Or if they have gone into another relationship, or they're entertaining, we'll say, because this is a divine feminine, if your masculine is entertaining other women, we'll say flirting, chatting with them, hanging out with them, this is all karma based, and these are lessons that they're going through, and they may not have cleared their karma. And if they're in an actual other relationship, because this is very common when you meet, your twin flame is meant to motivate you by being there, because you did meet your twin flame regardless, to get out of these karmic situations. They could be relationship situations, that have been limiting you for a long time, situations you feel stuck in, you haven't had the motivation to shift out of. You're meant to see this person, your twin flame, and you were meant to envision that union to allow it to guide you and move you forward in life to get to that place and do the amount of inner work that it requires. And it just kind of depends on where both twin flames are at with that inner work as to how that union is doing. If you guys are doing what you're supposed to, you'll be in a beautiful, happy union. And if not, there's going to be stuff coming up, right? So it just kind of depends on where you're at, but knowing that no one can ever replace your twin flame. That's the basis of fearful avoidant, like, fine, I'm going away, I'll be single, or I'm going to find someone else. You can't, and that is the basis of it with the ego, but you'll know that you get really hard karmic lessons and usually just get guided back anyways. Just kind of depends. You were my home and now I'm out in the cold. You could feel left behind. We say out in the cold lately, right? The separation energy. You might not know what's going on with your twin flame. They might have been cold to you. I talk about that icy like walls, right? And they might have made you feel like that after. They might have been very cold in how they treated you, or in different circumstances as well too. Being guided to just work on your heart and open your heart. Old experiences and traumas have left a lot of, we'll say, heart walls and blocks and things like that as to how open you are to love. Opening up more, opening up your heart more, activating your heart more, and opening up your heart to love. If you're a twin flame, you need to really work on your heart chakra. Okay, so we have, this is the one. You've already met your twin flame. You've already met your romantic partner that you've been looking for. And I always say it finds you. Trust me, a lot of people don't want the twin flame experience, but it's found you. Sometimes you'll feel like it's the blessing and you're on that, love bubble euphoria and that's beautiful high when you're together, just being around each other. But in separation, it will feel like a curse and it's the worst pain that you've ever experienced. I always describe it as literally like half of your heart is ripped in half when they show the two halves of the heart, right? When you go into separation, it's very painful energy and it takes a lot of healing and inner work to, we'll say, maintain this, all of it. With twin flame, they're going to come into your life and change things as well too. It's going to change you. There's a powerful transformation that begins to happen. And I do feel what happens sometimes you go into lots of separations or just one or whatever, but when you go into any separation energy, here comes the purge and the toxins, and we don't realize how much repressed emotions and energies are built up and blocks in the body. And so when you do separate and all the negativity comes up, the negative thoughts and everything, and it could be about your twin flame or about the situation or about yourself, these things come up and it's meant to cleanse and purify you. And it's like a big load of energy and release of energy. This is why you want to keep clearing your energy, because you're going to go through waves of it and layers of it as well too. It's like you're an onion being peeled back, different layers that you didn't even know that you had that are triggered by this experience. And I do feel that's the whole point of it as well too. You're needing to forgive and learn from whatever has happened, especially in the separations. You're needing to learn what you could have done differently, or learn the lessons of why you guys went into separation on your end. Sometimes you get too hung up on the flames end, on your end of what you have done possibly wrong, or needing to integrate certain things. So you're needing to release and heal the past. And this is with your twin flame. You're needing to forgive them. You're needing to let go of whatever, we'll say, they've done to you or played out on you, or whatever has happened or come up, or however they've made you feel. And so this is so that you can step into more love fully. What is going to make you feel better, it doesn't matter where you're at, separation or union, is staying happy. Happy people attract more, right? Like genuinely happy. Like it will leave you feeling like empty and broken without them, and all this energy you go through in separation. But when you start to really, really pour this energy, healing, love, self-care, put your energy back on yourself and your own projects and your own stuff, you feel so much better as well too. And you'll get into that higher vibrational energy that you're supposed to be in anyway, because twin flames need to be a little bit independent in the connection, because you guys are trying to maintain these high frequencies. We're doing ascension. It isn't the normal karmic 3D couple of codependency. You're needing to maintain inner independence, even together in union, so that you can flow better energetically. And this is why the separations happen. The universe wants you to get more independent and in your own energy. And then when you're happy, this will play a part in the connection, because masculines reflect your energy back to you. There's like, you're feeding them all your energy, right? You're putting all your focus on them and they circulate it back to you. It's like a loop, and like an infinity loop, right? And so they're going to reflect your own energy frequency and energetic state. And if you're miserable, it makes both of you miserable. And if you're genuinely happy, Divine Feminine, they're going to reflect that back to you, and you're both going to feel really good because they're always reflecting your own energy back to you. Notice when you meet and you're really, really happy because you're in love, you're getting that love energy back. And if you ever go into a separation and it feels terrible, that's your own energy being reflected back. There's a certain amount of mirroring. So the trick is to stay happy. This is going to magnetize your twin flame to you. All right, there's going to be heart-to-heart conversations that are happening where you guys need to honestly discuss your feelings with each other. I feel this is like the cause of a lot of problems with bad communication. And we'll say the twin flame running, ghosting, no contact, no communication. That's like childish, right? It's like a little kid being upset and kind of avoiding you. But that's what's going to kind of destroy these kind of connections as well too. When you guys can just talk things out, you easily move through any obstacles and problems and things like that. So it depends on your level of communication with each person too, as well too, and your communication styles. We'll usually find the avoidance, they don't talk about their feelings, things bothering them, right? And they just kind of whatever, implode things. So it just kind of depends on your own unique situation though. All right, there is this inability to decide on things. You might be back and forth on this connection. You might not know what you want. You might be guided to do some soul searching on this connection. There's been a lot of sabotaging 3D behaviors in this connection and on the Divine Feminine. You might feel like you messed up or made mistakes or old patterns came up, and this is like the ego phase of it too. And sometimes you're having to go through different layers of this. They might have brought out the worst in you, like bad qualities, bad patterns, things that you need to work on as well too. There's been a lot of damage to this connection. Both of you are hurting. The other person is too, even if they're acting like they're not in pain. They're in just as much pain. If you're hurting, your twin flame is hurting. They're feeling all of those waves of emotions too. All right, soul tie. You're connected on such a higher spiritual level. This is what twin flames teach you, as well as twin flame separation, that the connection doesn't go away. You never leave this person's mind. You can try to move on, but the connection gets stronger, in fact. And like it'll drive you crazy if you are the runner, because you're always, trying to avoid this, and it causes a lot of pain for both, and you know that too if you're the one resisting. So sometimes it can do that, but you're always connected to each other. You're always feeling each other and what the other is going through as well too. This is a powerful spiritual connection. It's the only connection in your life that is a spiritual connection. It's meant to be a spiritual union. It's supposed to help you to grow spiritually and lift you up spiritually as well too. Your twin flame might have a lot of what you need to be successful in life, or to help you in some type of way. Within the spiritual too, they may have mastered the opposites of certain lessons that you guys need to integrate back together. So this is why we do the twin flame experience. You both split in two when you come to Earth, and you have very different lives. When you come into union and you bring that knowledge, because you got a lot of knowledge and lessons, back together, and you integrate it, it activates certain things, and you guys exchange it like in a big way too, and it helps both of you. All right, there's a lot of obstacles that come up, and even storms. This could be waves of emotions, or the storm's about to hit planet Earth for the equinox, right? Well, get ready to go into the storm. Make these storms work for you. They're amazing energies to get things done. We do have fear of this situation. This is like being afraid of it. And things like that, that's blocking it too. Needing to clear the fear, negative thoughts, limiting beliefs. This is meant to be a beautiful union. Someone's going to come in and make a love offer. We have the masculine too. They may need to, if you feel things are stuck on their side, they might be sorting out what to do or how to move through this too. Your masculine has a lot of stuff coming up, and they might be thinking about the best approach. They're going to come in and they're going to tell you they love you. They're going to be ready when they are too. So it's just up to them for some of you guys. I'm telepathically connecting with you all of the time. So this is your twin flame's higher self. They're always sending you love messages. You might be getting them in angel numbers or things like that on the higher. So it depends on where you're at in the physical, but on the higher, their higher self is around you. They're trying to keep you going on this path too. If you've been trying to put out the connection or just move on, they want you to keep going. You have a strong telepathic connection with this person. That's why it's very important that you're thinking nice thoughts about them. The negative blocks up that telepathic telepathic communication. When you stay in the positive energies, you're very strong telepathic together. I didn't feel good enough for you, and I knew I had more work to do. They've shown you your flaws, things that you need to work on, and the ways that you weren't ready, Divine Feminine, to work on yourself spiritually and to heal certain things, especially in separation. You have more healing work to do to come into this union. You're needing to heal certain things. From the moment I saw you, I knew you were the one. And this is like when you guys come together in that love bubble, it was real. And you're meant to stay in those higher energies and to maintain them. And, you know, sometimes it just depends on where you're at. You know, this is the one on some type of level. This is what the separation has taught you, or the union has taught you, that this is the one that you're meant to be with. This is your twin flame. This is who God has brought into your life from the beginning of time. This is your divine partner as well, too. Earth is messy though, and stuff may have come up because we have that obstacles card. Our story is not even close to being finished, and I think you know that too. This might be why you're having a hard time. Like, if you can't move on, you're not able to move on. You know things weren't resolved. You know things didn't go as they should, and that they went off course on some type of way, or they didn't come together. And this could be for multiple reasons. We're going to go more into this. I mean, we have the Knight of Wands, and this is your flames energy. There's delays. They might be being arrogant. This is promiscuous too, right? Just depends. Take what resonates. Their lack of self-control. They might have been competitive or acting like a player with you, or you might have brought out these qualities as well too. They might have been scared to commit, because that's the scared to commit, right? They want to keep their options open and things like that. So we have this kind of energy too, where usually it's like them rushing in with a passionate love offer and going for what they want, but this is them looking elsewhere. And, you know, this is like they could have put you on the back burner. They might have been delaying union, blocking union, and throwing it off your masculine. Okay, so we have this Queen of Swords. And this is you. This is the truth, seeing the truth of the situation. You can see through everything, your own patterns, their patterns, what to work on. This is like being really, really tapped in psychically and spiritually. But this is also, you might have be in this protective energy where you're being guided to cut out anything low vibrational from your life. And you've had to deal with a lot of pain that you've been suppressing from the past, because this twin flame situation has brought it up and stirred it up in some type of way. Protect your energy. If you're in solitude, know that's part of the separation path to union. That means you're really close to union too, when you're going through these phases as well too. That's why you meet this person first, to keep you going with it all. You're being guided to clear out low vibrational people, toxic people from your life. Your twin flame probably is helping you to do that in a roundabout way since you met them. I know that when I met my twin flame, the ultimate clearing of my life had to start, and then that's why I was upset they weren't doing the same work on their end, because they came into my life and made it very apparent that, you know, this was going to happen. But trust the process if you're being guided to clear out energies, people, or toxic situations. Right, we have this King of Swords energy, and this is like, a lot of these are your twin flame coming through. We have the Page of Wands. This is also them coming through. We'll start with that. There's not a lot of news or bad news. Like, this could be, if you guys are talking and it went negative, like maybe some of the, if you're having conversations and they're not real positive, or they're not being positive with you as well too, this is them procrastinating and putting things off. They're lacking patience with you, and they're lacking patience with the situation. So we have the King of Swords, and this is them taking their emotions out of it and trying to be logical, and you can't make logical sense of the spiritual. Logic is ego, and then emotions is our heart, it's our feelings. So they're very in their head. They like to think things out with things. This is like them, you know, head over heart, and trying to sort out their feelings in a logical way with this, and they can't make sense of it too. So they might be kind of in ego right now and not following their heart with this. Like, they do love you, but they might be trying to, you know, follow an ego path, or, you know, talk themselves out of this connection because it feels very strong to them too. They have a hard time handling their own emotions, and this connection has stirred up a lot of emotions that they may be trying to repress or bury. We have the Three of Swords. This person has broken your heart a ton. We'll say heartbreak, right? And I know we like to say cracked open, but this is also, they may have betrayed you in some type of way. You might be left unhappy or sad, especially in separation energy. That's the least of it, right? So this might be some of you guys are, not everyone, but in a third party situation, they may have triangulated you with karmic situations or people or things like that. And we might have that kind of energy around as well too. And I know that, like, every time that I've gone into a separation, here comes karmics I didn't even know out of the woodwork. And I've seen it from my twin flame side too, right? Suddenly they have women hitting on them and things like that. And you know, you will be tested, you will be sent challenge to make sure that you really want this union and you're ready for it as well too. So this is like, you've been through loss. We talked about that energy of grief. And this is like the hardest thing that you've ever been through. This is a hardship, but these are wounds to your heart from your twin flame as well too. I like to think of that as the third party energy, but take what fits, right? It could be all sorts of situations as well too. So we have this kind of energy. Watch out for karmics. You're being tested right now. But this is on the feminine. It could be on your masculine side too. All right, we're going to do a reading for the masculine. I have so much stuff on my website for the next couple of days as we're getting ready to go into the equinox. Make sure you're doing some type of activation work with this. Powerful energies for healing. This will help you to shift your situation. You heal your energy, you shift your energy, it will shift your outer situation. It will shift things with your twin flame. It will help to heal them. Some of you guys are doing that work because your twin flame may be more in the matrix. Maybe they're not. There will always be one doing more spiritual work. So that for some of you guys, that's you guys watching the video. All right, we're going to do a reading for Divine Masculine. Just for the Divine Masculine Collective. If you're watching Divine Feminine, take this as direct messages from your masculine. You were my sanctuary. You're the only person I could confide in, and I betrayed your trust. They may have betrayed you in some type of way as well too. So, you know, they could trigger things. Like if you're having trust issues, you probably should have them, right? Sometimes they're not honest with you. Sometimes they're not lying. They could be sneaking around. They could be, you know, hanging out with other people. And I think the thing is, well, how do you know if this is okay? If they've had to lie to you about stuff, it's not okay, and they know that. Like, it depends on the situation, but they know that you were supposed to be their safe spot. You were supposed to be the one they could talk to. So for some, if masculine is in separation and you no longer have your feminine around, you might feel like you have no one to talk to. No one gets you. You could tell your feminine anything going on. It made you feel good. You could click on that level as well too. So you might feel when you're going to talk to friends or family that they don't get what's going on with you, like your Divine Feminine, and you miss that connection. All right, and I've committed to someone else because they don't challenge me. And this is where it's at, not for everyone, but for those of you guys that are in third-party situations, they might be talking to someone else, they might be dating someone else, they might be with someone else. And this is important too. I always say that usually, not all the time, avoidance don't get rid of you if there isn't someone else and that they're not interested in someone else and they don't, you know, they're not trying. It just kind of depends as well too. So it could be just they're hanging out, spending time with another feminine, and that this is easier. They don't feel the triggers and the challenges and having to change, right? They don't want to change oftentimes. So it just kind of depends. If there is a karmic other energy in it, this energy is trying to keep them locked in the same, and they like that. They like that, right? They don't have to elevate and grow and change because growth is uncomfortable. And for some of you guys, you're trying to require your masculine to come up to a higher frequency. I still see your smiling face in my mind's eye. They can't get you off of their mind. And this is where it's at. They're connecting with you through their third eye. They might be remotely tapping into you, thinking about you, just picturing you, replaying different things as well too. Just kind of depends. But you're on the masculine's mind a ton right now, especially in these higher energies. I couldn't handle your words when you were upset with me. It was too painful. And that's that Queen of Swords, the truth, right? You might have been over emotional or over upset, Divine Feminine, and masculine is having a hard time with things that you have said. You've cut them deeply. We talk about that sword energy, right? As well too. And so they can't handle things that you have said to them. There was some type of disagreement. They think you don't understand their feelings. They might not even understand their feelings. So there was things that were said in some type of disagreement. If you guys are in separation, it could have led to that. There's a runner energy here. Not for everyone, but we do have this ghosted energy. Now, this is a Divine Masculine energy. For some, your Divine Feminine may have ghosted you and blown you off, or you might have done that to them. So there could be this ghosting energy, which this is silent treatment. This is silence, being rejected and being ignored as well too. And usually it's control when we see this card, right? Trying to control the situation and the other person as well too. So we have that energy in this connection. We have this runner energy. It's showing on the masculine side too, because on the card. But this is that runner energy, and the masculine doesn't want to run anymore. They've created a lot of pain and suffering in doing that too. Okay, so we have the old patterns coming up. This is like the 3D for the masculine. Okay, we have past addictions, toxic attachment, drugs, alcohol, and obsessions. They're obsessing over you. Masculine can't stop thinking about you. This has like become a lot, and it's throwing them out of balance. But they have, this is where the old behaviors come up. If in separation, they're going to go try to find their friends who are still in this rage, drinking, partying, having sex, right? All this stuff. Then they're going to try to fit in there and probably find they can't. Don't go back to old habits, whether it's, like I say, drugs, toxins, right? All this stuff, or it could be old people. They have feminine energy around them. Like when you're in this awakened masculine energy, suddenly you're going to attract the opposite sex. You have people that are wanting to be with you and looking at you. And this might have contributed to your separation as well too, maybe needing to work some things out. So you're entertaining someone else. You know there's someone else, whether it's just a friend that you're talking to a lot, a girl. There's another woman, whether it's a friend you're talking to a lot or getting close with, or maybe you look at them romantically or you think about it sometimes, that is blocking this twin flame situation as well too. So you need to clear some energy in your life as well too. And this is getting in the way of your union. This is habits, needing to clear and change old habits, needing to change things in your life. And then back to that energy around you, it's not what you think. You're being tested and tempted. I know, right? Like half-naked woman appears in your inbox. No, but this is some of your outer circumstances are designed to test you. Twin flames go through testing as well too. And I always say it's the universe on a greater level too. So be careful. You have snakes around you, around yourself on your end, divine masculine, people who are not as they seem, and that this is, you know, this is not as you think it is, some of the stuff around you as well too. All right, divine masculine is missing their divine feminine, missing the fun times, the jokes that you guys could have. It might be they see something funny and great, and like they'd usually tell you, but you're not there, and that they have no one to talk to about the little things they see, the inside jokes and stuff like that. Divine masculine is healing their heart chakra. They do want to fix this connection because they're in this separation too, and it feels yucky. They've been apart from you for some that are in separation, right? They've been in this time apart, and it's made them think on things and realize they miss you. They want to fix this connection, but they're trying to heal their heart as well too. So when you're left with that half a heart, someone has to put it back together. It's the only way to make it whole and to mend it. So you're left with this half broken heart, right? You're left in this broken heart energy. So a lot of masculines are in that energy. And this is new love. Someone new may have stirred their romantic feelings. If they're separate and not communicating with you, this is why they might be trying to talk to someone new, but it won't go as they think. Or this could be wanting a new beginning with your actual twin flame. It just kind of depends on where you guys are at with that. But you're needing to make an effort with this. You're needing to tell this person how you feel. It's worth taking the steps you're being guided to take. Listen to your spirit team. They're trying to help you to heal this, and they're trying to help you to let go of control issues so that you can allow this situation to unfold as it should. Time to open up and express how you feel to your divine feminine. Tell them how you feel. Express your love. Tell them that you love them. If you do, life is short, I always say. So we have the divine masculine. This separation is just as painful for me too. You're in this very painful separation energy. I think that you guys know how to heal that as well too. You've triggered deep insecurities I didn't even know I had. Be patient with me while I heal these things. They're insecure. A lot of times control is, because we have the control guard, is insecurities. And you know, you've triggered their insecurities as well too. It just kind of depends on what they are too. Needing to heal these insecurities. This separation is temporary. Please be patient with me. And I think this is important too. The divine masculine knows this is a temporary stage of separation as well too. So masculine is really, really feeling that separation pain at this point. My soul recognizes yours and longs to be with you. You guys know you fit perfectly together on that spiritual level, literally. And so, you know, you have to be in this higher ascended state to even have a twin flame here on the planet. You guys are meant to raise up your frequency. And when you do that, you're helping to raise up the frequency of the collective, and you're helping to heal the planet as well too. So they're missing you. They're longing for you too. Their soul is trying to come through, even if their ego is really strong, because we have sometimes separation, someone in strong ego or both. The soul comes through and the higher self comes through though. Okay, so we have this Knight of Pentacles energy, and this is where the masculine is at right now. They're trying to be patient and responsible and have common sense. They're taking their time. They're watching you from afar. They're always watching you, whether they're checking your social media, trying to see what you're doing. And you know, they know if they just stay the course, they're going to be successful with all this. So they're just trying to see what you're doing. If in separation, it drives them crazy too, because like we talked about, right? Maybe you're being single and they might have it in their head you're with other people. Okay, so we have this Ace of Wands, and this is energy has been shifting over the past few weeks because this is a new beginning. This is like good news coming in, and this is like taking action. They're gonna reach out or be ready, or maybe they weren't at that point. This is like a new beginning energy too. You guys are probably both wanting a do-over, a new beginning, and you know, realizing the mistakes of the past and realizing this union is more important than any of that stuff. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands. They have unhappy family stuff going on, and this is like their actual 3D family. This is leaving home and not feeling supported by their family. They're not rooted in this. They're feeling unstable. They're having a lot of self-doubt and self-esteem that goes back to childhood issues as well too. So if they've been left with their, I think, family and karmics, they're not happy in these situations. Don't think that they are. Like they might think they're better off without you and they're going to go back to their 3D life. They're not happy in their 3D life, or they wouldn't have been ready for you in the first place. So we do have family issues are coming up, whatever those might look like, root chakra issues that may need resolved. This is the Justice in reverse. So there's this karmic justice. And they might feel they are being treated unfairly on a karmic level out of all this. They are in the victim mentality. They might be blaming you. That's what twin flames do, right? And so Divine Feminine, if you're in that blame energy, shifting out of it, because this is like Divine Masculine is blaming you for everything. They're feeling victimized and they're not taking accountability for anything on their side. Now, it's both need to really look at themselves and take accountability to heal things. And if not willing to change and look at their patterns, this is things in reverse. Things may have gone very karmic with you both. I've never seen it before with twin flames where it's worse than the karmics when you guys separate and things that happen, right? Like, oh my God, the karmic energy of it comes up. And, you know, and things like that. And this is from both of your pasts and patterns and like in a way as well too. And because it's such a powerful twin flame energy, we know that when we're in the higher, there's nothing like that feeling that you're after. But when it goes implosive, it's very fast to go implosive too. You're having to balance your own energy and stay in these higher frequencies. And if you dip into the low, it goes awful. And so there's that energy of it too, where they feel that they have been the victim of all this and they're not taking accountability and willing to look at the part that they played in all of this as well too. So they might be getting a lot of karmic energies in their life. They might have been stuck in karmic energies anyways, and they've been in that victim of, oh, this is just my circumstances or my situation, even though they could just level up out of it anytime and let go of these energies. They might be stuck in it. And this could be for karmic partners, situations, challenges, things coming up, and that can manifest in many different ways as well too. So the masculine is being guided to clear the karmic energies of the past, of your past, to come into this union, which is meant to open up all these 5D gateways and things like that in your life as well too. So you might be kind of feeling stuck in your circumstances, and these are other karmic circumstances, not with your twin flame, because your twin flame isn't going to be that type of energy. It's existing energies you're already in or you're currently in that you need to heal karmically as well too. Healing the karmic wounds of your past. Usually, and we'll see these are connected with your family and your family line and your bloodline, and the stories found there, or the experiences or the negative feelings that you've been through. And I know we like to think we've been through a lot of negative stuff from our family line alone, because we most certainly have. These are the karmic players in your journey, your family. They're your past life karmic players, and they're the most challenging connections you have. But remember that you incarnated into these families to master certain lessons that you needed to become a better person as well too. So also see the strengths that you've gotten in these places, but you might feel stuck by your family or by your circumstances, because it's that card we got before, and you're not happy with this, and it just kind of depends. You might be in that lower energy as well too, shifting out of that victim lack and into having what you need as well too. All right, so we're going to go on that note. Have a beautiful diet. If you guys need me, just book me on my website for healing sessions and readings and things like that. Make sure you are too, especially if you're a twin flame. I have a whole twin flame section. Make sure you're flipping through it. It'll really help you, the sessions I have on there.